the recording after today's session. All right, so the US pay gap, how your portfolio gets you an intermediate salary, not entry level. Now, you see that word entry level is something that we're going to press. We're going to press the word entry level today. And that's because what's really entry level? You see, when this topic came about, when we're deciding the topic, and I've been doing it for the last, I'll say 10 years, okay? Over 10 years now, over the last 10 years. And the keyword entry level over time has lost its meaning. Okay, has absolutely lost its meaning. So you see a lot of people, back in the days, when I was looking at when I personally wanted to transition into the tech space, you see, you could learn and look for an organization that would allow you come into practice. Okay, just allow you to come into practice. But you've learned, you've taken some courses, you have some certifications under your belt. Come in, don't worry, come in. Okay, you just show some level of proof and dedication to the craft. So if you've done business analysis, come in, don't worry. Okay, you can learn on the job. Okay, there's room for learning on the job, and that's exactly what entry level is. But you see, over the years, that role has eroded. Entry level roles are absolutely eroded. All right. And just there was a friend of mine, one of our participants, one of the people I've gone through, some of the edtech companies I work with. Um, Now, one of them relocated to the US to do his postgraduate, what do you call it, MBA. Okay. Did his MBA in the US. Guess what? The MBA comes with them looking for internship. Okay. So we're looking for internship around. And guess what? An internship that was supposed to last for 6 months, is it 6 months? About 6 months. Apparently, they need experience. They need at least a year to 2 years of experience in order for them to get a 6 month internship. 6 month internship. Okay. So with some of the FANG companies, so Facebook, that's Meta now. Okay. We have the likes of Amazon, Netflix, and Google, and the rest of them. Now, this guy wanted to get a job with, the likes of this big company, Dell, big organizations, the big ones, the Fortune 500 organizations. And it was a 6 month internship. A majority of them were requesting a year to 2 years of experience in order for them to get 6 months of internship. So you see, when you look at the keyword entry level, what does that mean? What does that even denote in today's job market? We're going to explore that in today's session. So today's session is just going to be about an hour, 30 minutes, ridiculously. It's just going to be about an hour, 30 minutes. So I want you guys to listen. I want to take you on a journey, okay? And I want to tell you the opportunity that currently exists and how you can be a part of those opportunities, okay? So let's jump straight into it. Who is Amdare? Okay, who are we? What are we here for? What do we do? So you see, Amdare was birthed, okay, based on challenges that every person that wants to transition, okay, and anybody that relocates to a foreign country, okay. So Amdare was birthed based on these two prerogatives, okay. Now, if you just relocated to a new country, okay, or you are looking to switch your career, there is a tendency for you to always want to get experience. So you've always been in customer service, for example, and you want to move into a new career path. You always want to find a way to get experience in order for you to move to this new career path. So you're a customer service representative, but you want to get a job as a data analyst or a data scientist or a project manager. How do you move from customer service to project management if you don't have experience? So you see, a lot of people have spent years and years learning, going on Udemy, going on Udacity, going on Coursera, going on YouTube to learn, even paying for boot camps to learn. But you see, learning doesn't translate to a job. If learning translates to a job, I mean, most learners would have a job today. That's the honest truth. Some people are super diligent in learning. So they can learn, when they want to go into a course, they will learn as much from everywhere. But learning does not denote experience. So you see, that gap that exists today in the job market where when you get this experience, I've been doing customer service, I've been working in the warehouse, I've been doing some of that odd job, and I'm looking at getting serious in my life. I want to get into a new job. I want to get a new job. for most of the jobs that you want to get into, need you to have work experience. Dari is the only platform today that provides you with a work experience program that allows you to work on real projects, allows you to deliver on real projects, allows you to leverage, Dari as much as you can in order for you to get your dream job. So imagine that platform that brings you work experience. So anytime they ask you now, what experience do you have? Can you talk more about your experience? There is that platform that will provide you with that work experience. Okay, and I'll delve into this, a bit more in other session. Okay, in order as we go on in today's session. So, like I said, it's just about an hour, so I'll do my best to break this thing down for you for you to understand what we need to do. So just for 1 hour, for the next 60 to 90 minutes, we're going to be looking at these four things, okay? The US pay gap, how your portfolio gets you an intermediate salary, not entry level. So you see, when I initially relocated, I was looking for, any type of job. And that's one of the major mistakes a lot of immigrants, a lot of people that are switching careers, okay? So you're in customer service, you want to become a data engineer, all right. The only thing that comes to your mind is, let me just get a salary. Any salary works. Any salary works. Okay. And that's the main issue that we have when you're looking at people that are looking at transitioning or switching careers. All right. So we're going to explore that today. That what kind of projects, what kind of experience, what do you need to get a job that guarantees that intermediate? When I say intermediate, that's middle management. So in every organization, there's lower management, there's middle management, there's senior, there's a senior team, there's a leadership team, and so on and so forth. So how do you learn today and get straight into middle management? How do you learn a particular career path in today's job market and get into that middle management? Those are the things we're going to discuss in today's session. Now, your pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. The key thing about learning in today's job market is not just to learn and learn and learn. The key thing, if I want to get, like, currently I would introduce myself a bit more, but recently I've been going into AI. I wanted to get more contracts, more businesses in AI. So what did I do? The last 6 months was for me to learn as much as I can, anything that has to do with AI. Okay, so as adults, we are not learning new skills just for the sake of learning new skills. We are learning these things so that we can better our life. We can get better pay. We can get a better pay. We can get flexibility to the job that we do. There's so much more to you just learning a new skill. And we're going to focus on how you can actually secure a job in the US or in Canada in today's session. Now, we're going to talk also extensively about the Dari Work Experience Internship. And last but not the least, we have a special offer for you. I personally have a special offer. If you wait to the end of the session, I have a special offer for you. Okay? Now, these are the four things you're going to focus on in today's session. Just four things. We're not going to be going everywhere. We are going to laser in and focus on these four things so you know exactly how you today can get a job, all right, in your desired career path. Okay, what career path? Don't worry, sit back and relax. I will tell you the career path that you should focus on that guarantees you a job in today's job market. Okay, guarantee. That's a very important word. I'm guaranteeing you career paths that would ensure that you get a job. Okay. Now let's jump into it. Who is this guy talking to you? Who is the Femena? Okay. Who is this person speaking to you today? So my name is Femena Ebro. I have over a decade experience working in the tech space. Now, I did not start my career in the tech space. I pivoted. Okay. So I studied economics in undergraduate, studied economics, started working as a management consultant in Lagos, Nigeria. And I did that for 4 years. So working as a consultant, I got to see that there is future in consulting, but not great future, like not the kind of flexibility, not the kind of work-life balance I needed. So I wanted to pivot. I needed to pivot. And that's when I pivoted into the tech space. So I pivoted into data analytics. Okay. And you see, from data analytics, I changed my career almost, I would say about 5 times in that 10 years. So I did data analytics. I pivoted into data science, pivoted into data engineering. A lot of you will say that data is data, but they are all different career paths. Like when I say very different, they are very, very different career paths. So I did data analytics, I did data science, I did data engineering, I did business analysis. So I did pivoted into business data analyst-ish, okay? I did power platform development, okay? And I've done quite a number of exciting things for companies in the UK, companies in the US, companies in Canada, also companies in Ireland, and so on and so forth. So I've worked for businesses literally across the world, and that's my experience. My industry also, I've worked across different industries, different career paths, and so on and so forth. So you see, when I'm speaking to you today, I'm not speaking from a place of, I've not done this before. So listen to me. Okay? I've done this. I'm coming from the part of I've done this. I have failed several times. Okay, and I know what works. Okay, and that's the part I'm coming to you today. And also to tell you that I did not find myself here. Okay, I worked myself here. I pivoted. And I can tell you all the times I pivoted from one career to the next career, so on and so forth. In fact, I'm coming from a non-technical background. I studied economics. I didn't do any form of coding. I didn't do any computer science, nothing in school. And that's part of the premise, the background in which I'll be building on in today's session. All right. So now let's start. Let's delve into it. We're talking about a pay gap. Okay. The average salary of professionals, what is the average salaries of professionals in the United States? Okay. And also in Canada. Now, when you're looking at this topic, you need to look at this topic as, in two ways. And I will explain the two ways we're going to be looking at this. Okay. What is the average salary in the US and also in Canada? We're going to explore the two of them. All right. Now, we're going to explore the first one. Now, the first one is a general overview of professionals in US and Canada. So everybody, if you're a professional in the US, like everybody encompassing. Okay. Now, it was very interesting to see that the average salary of professionals in the US is approximately around $65 to $70,000 per annum. 65 to $70,000 per annum. That was the average. And I feel like that's not bad. That's very good. That's actually not bad. Okay. Now, in Canada, the average salary on the other end is between 67,000 Canadian dollars to 72,000 Canadian dollars. So that's the average salary of professional. So if you're a professional in Canada, for example, and you're earning 70K or you're earning 75K, you're basically doing even well above the average salary in the country. Okay. The United States, 65 to 70. So today, if you're earning 80 grand, you're doing well above the average professional in the US. Okay. And that seems interesting. That seems very good. That seems okay. All right. And you see, I had this conversation just about a few months ago, with some friends. And they don't really know much about the tech space. Okay. One was a banker, one works in bank. The other one also works as a finance professional. All right. And I was having this conversation with them that, getting the salary, if they are in Canada, so they're looking at six figures, okay? And I was like, oh, for the guys in the tech space, it's easy for you to get six figures. Like you could learn today, and I can guarantee in the next 6-8 months, you're getting like six figures, six-figure roles, recommendation from recruiters and so on and so forth. And they doubted it because the reason why they doubted it is because that's not their experience. Take, for example, if you're a finance person in Canada, you're an accountant or you are a CP, you need those certifications in order for you to climb the ladder. Okay? You need those certifications in order for you to move from, becoming an accountant to becoming an auditor to becoming something else. Okay? Also in the bank, you also need certifications to move from one role to the next role, to the next role, to the next role. So they couldn't comprehend that, okay, I could learn business analysis today, and in the next 6-8 months, I could actually get 100K plus salary. All right. So that's the approach I take this in today's session to show you that, okay, what is the average salary of a typical professional in the US and in Canada? And that's what it is. That's what you see there. So when people are saying, oh, they're living hand to mouth, they're leading paycheck to paycheck, and so on and so forth, cost of living, that cost of yada, yada, is the general population. Okay. Now we also have, they say, I wanted to explore, okay, what is it in the tech space? What is the average salary within the tech space? What's the average salary of professionals working in the tech space? And now that's, you'll see there's a huge gap. There is a massive, massive gap. Okay, a massive gap. The US is approximately 124 to $144,000 compared to the regular professional. Okay, that would work themselves up to 70K. With several promotions before they get to 70, 80K. All right, and the same thing. Okay, in Canada, approximately is between 92 to $125,000. Now, let me just share testimonial. My younger brother also just moved in about 2 3 years ago, about going on 3 years ago. All right, and he's a finance person. He does financial analytics, financial data analytics, and all that. Okay, so prepped him up for interviews. He was working. He did well in Nigeria, so he was coming to Canada, did his masters, wanted to get a job. Eventually, was able to get a job. Prepped him up for the role, was able to get his first job. And you see, the people around him were asking him questions like, "How did his first ever salary in Canada was over 90K, was over $90,000." Okay, and all the people that were within the circle, okay, people that you knew, people that you met there that were working, menial jobs and all that, were baffled that your first salary, okay, people that they know worked years before they got there, okay, but this is your first job in Canada and you're doing over 90K already. That's something a lot of people don't understand. The gap that exists between the tech space and the normal market, the normal job market. All right. So the key thing here that you need to have at the back of your mind is positioning. A lot of people don't understand positioning. And those are the things we're going to explore in today's session. All right. Now, if you're having a good time, please give me a thumbs up, please. So it doesn't feel like I'm just speaking to myself. Okay. How many are giving me a thumbs up? Only how many is enjoying themselves? Elias. Okay. Nobody else. Mercy. Isaac. Gabriel. What's happening? Are you guys enjoying yourself? Okay. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to break it down for you so you understand where I'm coming from. Now, we've established that there's a gap. There's a very big gap. I won't lie to you. There is a massive, massive, massive gap. Okay, this is just to show you on the average. All right, this is just to show you on the average. Now, also, when I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, if I'm going to be speaking to people that are coming from the general population, most people are likely going to be in the general scope rather than tech. Okay, so I wanted to explore what are the possible, mistakes. Why is it so difficult for people to switch from whatever career they are into their desired career, into a tech career? That's what we're looking at. Why is it so difficult? Okay, so we're going to be exploring now why people struggle to switch careers. So if today you say you want to become a project manager, you want to get a job as a project manager, what hinders you from becoming a project manager? What hinders you from becoming a DevOps engineer? What hinders you from becoming a cybersecurity analyst? What's that thing that would hinder you from getting that job, in today's job market? So over 80%. So trust me, it's not just one person, it's not two people, it's a whole chunk of people that find it difficult to get high-paying jobs in the US. So when I'm talking about high-paying job, I'm looking at 100K and above. Okay, or in this situation, even in Canada, that's 92K and above. Okay, so why do people struggle to get this job? Okay, why? That's the key question. So the first thing, honestly, the first thing I've noticed, like in my 10 years of doing this, is people over rely on their degrees and certificates. There's so much over reliance on degrees and certificates. So you speak to somebody today, all right, you want to become a project manager, you want to become a business analyst, you want to become a data analyst. Tell me why. Tell me, sell yourself to me. Oh, I just completed a program. Oh, I just completed a boot camp. Oh, I created a master's in data analytics. Oh, I studied data analytics. I studied. That's all you hear. There's nothing more, no more context to their learning. Okay, so there's this over reliance on degrees and certificates. If it was 10, 15 years ago, I can tell you for free, if you learned data analytics you will likely get a job as quick and as fast just by learning. You don't even need to do too much. Okay. That's what, like I said, 10 years, 10, 15 years ago. Okay. You probably don't need to do too much to get a job because it was fresh. There was not so much competition in the market. So you could actually just learn and get a job. But in today's job market, if you're depending on your degrees and certificates to say that will give you an edge in the market today, it's a very, 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 it's a very dicey situation. Take, for example, myself, when I relocated initially, I did a master's in data analytics. So every time I go for an interview, I mean, do you know what a master's in data analytics is? Do you understand? Do you know the kind of things I did in school? All my project thesis, all the things I fancy projects I did in school. So whenever I go for an interview, okay, either a data analyst, a market research analyst, or whatever analytical role I was applying for back in the day, I would always want to tell them that I have a master's in data analytics. I mean, I have a master's. Like, that's the thing I'm throwing in your face. Like, any small question you ask me, oh, I have a master's in data analytics, and that's exactly why, I'll be, worthy enough to take on this role. Guess what? I got loads and loads and loads of rejection. Loads and loads. And this was not this year. This was not last year. This was about almost 10 years ago. I got loads of rejection. And I'll tell you the reason why recruiters and employers don't really care about your degrees and certificates. Now, the next thing is Canada and US work experience. Now, if you're in Canada, it's imperative for you to have Canadian experience. There is something everybody talks about: Canadian experience, Canadian experience, Canadian experience. US, you must work for a US-based company in order for you to get experience, so you know exactly how the US market works. These are all fables. I'll say fables. These are things that have clouded people's mind. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's clouding people's mind, and I would explain all these things because I've experienced it myself. So you see, when I was applying for jobs and I go for interview, and I will talk about my experience. I will talk about my master's degree. Oh, I have a master's. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. And I get a rejection email. Okay. Majority of the time, I would need to rationalize why I got a rejection, why I was rejected from that job. Okay. I would need to rationalize. Is it because of my accent? Is it because of my name? Is it because of the way I look? All right. Is it because I don't have any experience in that country where I was at the time? So you see, people rationalize the reasons why they didn't get a job. It might not be the right reason. It's definitely not the right reason, but you rationalize to make yourself feel good. Okay. Oh, it's because I don't have Canada experience. That's the reason why I lost that job. It's because I don't have a US-based experience. That's the reason why I lost the job. But in fact, is that really the case? Is that really the case? So I'll run above myself now, run a bit above myself, so I'll explain this to you better. So you look at the career path, project management. Take, for example, project management. Project management in Canada, project management in a country like Nigeria, are they different? Are they different? No, they're not different. Agile in US is the same agile in Nigeria. Scrum in the US, in Canada, is the same Scrum in Ghana. It's not different. It's not different. There is no relatable, there is no geographical specification to these particular methodologies, okay, or frameworks. Power BI in Canada is the same Power BI in Nigeria. Microsoft Excel is the same in all the countries across the world. Jira, Confluence, Trello, Splunk for cybersecurity, for Wazo and the rest of Wireshark and all these tools that you use is the same across the entire planet. There is no country specific, specification to a country. It's the same thing. So when you say Canadian work experience, what does that mean? What does that mean? You work for a Canadian company to do what? To analyze data? Is the data in Nigeria different from the data in Canada? No, data is data. Data is information. Data is, raw facts and figures that you can use for reference. It's the same thing. Okay? So it's just a mirage that people have used to rationalize why they are losing out on job opportunities. I say the same thing. But eventually I got my job. I got a job. I got a job working as a business intelligence developer back in the day. My first job outside the country was a business intelligence developer. I had not done anything that had to do with that before. Nothing, not a single time. So where did I get the experience to get a job? That's the posing question. So people that eventually get their first job in the tech space, what did they use? Did they have to, what experience did they leverage in order for them to get a job? That's a mirage. This thing here is a mirage that has clouded so many people on why they shouldn't get a job. Okay? It's a mirage that has covered people's face. Oh, this is the reason why I cannot get a job in the country. And they ride with it for years. They ride for it for years that, you need, it's a very difficult place for you to get a job. But anyways, we'll come back to that. The next thing is downplaying on your past experience, almost in the same vein as Canada and US work experience. Downplaying on your past experience is one of the. I'm coming from Nigeria. I'm coming from Ghana. I'm coming from some other country in Africa. So my experience in that country is not it's not strong enough. It's not strong enough. It's not muscular. My experience is not big enough for me to go and meet an employer in the US to say I did this in Nigeria, or I did this in Ghana, or I did this in Cameroon, I did this in South Africa. I did this. I did it. Okay? They downplay it. Okay? You water it down. And you start looking for Canada experience up and down. You start looking for US-based experience up and down. You start looking for free internship up and down in order for you to get a job in the country. You want to showcase that you currently work in the country. So you see, these are some of the missteps that people are taking. Okay? Then the next thing is poor LinkedIn format and structure. This is, I would say, 90% of people that are looking at pivoting careers, they are not getting a job because they just have a poor CV. All right? So you see today's job market, you might be the most qualified person. You might have the most experience. You might be the best person for the role. But if you don't have a great CV, you cannot get a job. Okay? You and somebody that doesn't even have experience at all, the two of you are in the same boat. You can't get a job. It's impossible for you to get a job because every job portal uses what we call ATS, Applicant Tracking System. Now, if a job comes out today, okay, in the next 5, 8, 10 hours, you will see lots of application for that role. Lots of people will send in their CV. HR recruiters, employers are tired. They don't have that time to scan through 500, 600, 800 CVs. It's impossible. So what do? They use the machine. They use ATS. They use robots. They use AI to do what? To sieve out unwanted CV. Okay? So if your CV doesn't speak correctly to the job description, you are getting rejection email. So you might be qualified. You might see a role that like if they wake you up in the morning, you'll be able to do it. All right. You find out that you apply for that kind of job. And next thing, they're sending you a rejection email. And you'll not be looking at it like, this job, this company that I know at the back of my hand, I know the ins and outs of that role. I know what to do with that role. You find out you're still getting rejection email for that type of role. It's not because somebody read your CV and just sent you a rejection email. It was automated, 100% automated. Now, let me just go back a little bit. Let me tell you a story. So you see, when I go to Ireland, when I relocated initially, I went to Ireland in Europe, okay? And you see, when I was applying for jobs, I would apply for jobs and get almost an instant rejection email. So I apply now, and in like a minute, I'm getting a rejection email, okay? And I felt so bad. I felt so incompetent that why would I apply for a role and like a minute I'm seeing a rejection email after carefully looking at your application? Did you look at my application for just a minute? It's impossible. Okay, but I think there is a framework. There's a GDPR. There's something around that email, so they don't send it They don't send it instantly anymore. So there's a delay. Okay, there's a delay for a few hours. Okay, to give you the illusion that somebody read your CV. But initially, when they started, it was almost instantly. Almost instantly, you get a rejection email. But now it will take a time. It will take like 4 hours, 5 hours to give you that illusion that somebody is reading your CV. Nobody read your CV. Nobody. All right? It's computer. It's AI. It's a machine that scans through your CV to search for certain keywords in order for you to get a rejection email. So you might be the most competent person and apply for the least job, an entry level job, and you find out you don't get it because your CV doesn't match the job description. So most of the people that get rejection emails, it's not because of your name, or is it because my name is Ifemena Ipro? There's no English in my name, so let me change it to Michael. Okay, let me change it to Asha. Okay, let me change it to Gabriel. I mean Gabriel, I know that's your name, but you get the point already. Let me change it to something that would connote English. Okay, that's exactly what most people think. To erase the African stuff from their CV to make it look like it's international. Does it give you an edge? No. Format and structure matters the most. Now, if you enjoy yourself, please, fill the attendance so you can get access to the recording of today's session. So you can share with your friends, your family that might be interested in this. Ensure you fill the attendance form, guys. It's imperative for you to do that, please. All right. So you can get access to the recording and any other materials I'm going to share in today's session. All right. So now moving on to the next thing. Why? Lack of focus. This is the biggest one. This is the biggest one. And I won't dwell too much on it because the way I would explain it, you would understand. So you see, today you're learning data analytics, but you saw a friend of yours that got a job as an IT auditor. So you leave data analytics and go and learn IT audit. And the next 2 months, a friend of yours got another job as a project manager. What do you do again? You pack your things and go into project management. No focus. So that's one of the major reasons a lot of people don't get a job in today's job market. They're not just focused. It's as simple as that. The grass is not greener on the other side. It is greener when you water it, when you take care of it. That's where it gets better. All right. The next thing is very poor interviewing skills. This one, you can't interview the way you interview in Africa, anywhere in Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana. You can't come there and carry that same mentality of interviewing into the US or Canada and expect that the recruiter is going to get you, just believe in you and give you the job. It doesn't work that way. It's not Nollywood, okay? It doesn't work that way. You need to impress your employer. So how do you interview? How do you answer questions? A simple question like, tell me about yourself. That's a question that 100% they are going to ask you during the interview. There is no way you go for an interview, they don't ask, tell me about yourself. They might not ask you verbatim in that manner, but they would say, oh, can you introduce yourself? Can we meet you? Oh, yeah. They will introduce everybody and they'll be like, oh, yeah, can you tell us more about yourself? They would ask that question. Now, how do you answer that question? How do you answer that question? Have you ever prepared for that question before? Now, there's an acronym that we use within Amdare. We call it the seat approach, like a seat. 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 So let me write. I think I'm going to write a little bit. So you can, let me just get my pen. Let me get a pen. So you will enjoy the session. Don't worry. I'll try to make it enjoyable. Enjoyable. Can somebody say enjoyable? Enjoyable. Okay. So you enjoy the session. Okay. There's no limit on enjoy the session. All right. So there's something we call seat approach. Okay. And it's basically SEAT. SEAT. So Apostle Efe, let's go. Where does the keyword apostle come from? All right. So S is basically what we call, you talk about your skills. Okay. The next thing you talk about is your experience. Okay. A is achievement. Okay. And T. Okay. I use two T's for mine. I have two T's. I use two T's for my own interviews. So the T here is what we call traits. And the other T is what I use, the other T is traits, and the other one is tied back to the role. Tie it back to the role. To the role. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? First of all, when you're introducing yourself, you're starting with your skills. Now, you're not listing all the skills that you have. You have 100 billion skills. Fantastic. You have those skills. You have it at the back pocket. Fantastic. What do you need in that role? When you look at the job description online, every job description that you go through online, I'm just going to give you a second. I want to bring up a job board so I can show you. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to, I'm going to bring up a job board. All right. So every job board that you go to today, all right, there are things that they need from you. What we are looking for, they've told you what they are looking for. So when you go to a job interview today, they said proficiency in data tools such as SQL, R, SAS, Tableau, and Power BI. Please, if you know how to use Looker, it's not relevant. That's not what they're looking for. It's not relevant. It's not totally relevant. You know how to use Python. Is that what they said they're looking for? No. So why are you saying Python? All right. So you see, all the skills that are relevant to the role, please ensure that you're talking about what is relevant to the role. That's what you're talking about, the skills that are relevant to the role. Now you move to experience. Experience that are relevant to the role. Relevant to the role. So you worked in banking, but the role that you're applying to is in supply chain, and you're going for that particular interview and you're talking banking in supply chain. It's not going to work. You can't say that, oh, I've been doing bank. It's just like you want to sew a suit. You want to sew a suit and you went to meet a tailor. Oh, tailor, I want to sew a suit. I want my suit to be double breasted. I want this. If you are telling the tailor what you want, but the tailor is telling you that, oh, I have experience, sewing agbada. I have experience sewing traditional wears. I have experience sewing, making a shoe. All the experiences that they're listing doesn't talk about a suit. You need a suit. But the person talking to you, selling themselves to you, is listing every other thing apart from making a suit. So when you go for an interview and you're using your past experience in banking to sell yourself in supply chain, to sell yourself in FMCG, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So experience that is relevant to the role that you're going into. Achievement should be achievement based on the role that you've done in the past that is relevant to that role. So if you were able to automate reporting in your past experience in the bank, okay, how is that an achievement in the same industry where you're getting yourself into? You need to tailor that achievement to the role you're going into. Now, traits and tie it back to the role. Traits basically is I like to go off board. So in an interview, it's always very tense. So trait basically means mention something that is something fun, something exciting, something that will get people that will get people to loosen up a little bit. Okay. Like, I love to go for a run. I'm currently training for a marathon. Or I love to go hiking. Last year I went one of the longest hiking I've ever done. I went for something fun, something exciting to loosen up the interview skill, to loosen up the place. Okay. And tie it back to the role. At the end of the day, once you talk about the fun thing, tie it back to the role. And this is what's, when you finish, based on all these things, is what makes me the desired person for this role. My experience, my achievements, and everything I've done has been focused on you tie it back to the role. Do you understand? So there's not how you want to answer this question in this format that people would not see you as the right person from the role from the start. You're not waiting for the end to sell yourself. You're starting with you leading why you're the best person for the role. Do you understand what I mean? So when you go for an interview, it's not just let me go and talk to people. Let me go and talk to people. It's not just about that, okay? It's way, way, way more than that. All right. And last but not the least, it's no relevant work experience reference. Okay. So you're in the US, you need reference letter. It's difficult for you to get back in your country to get a reference letter, so on and so forth. Reference letter is one of the major reasons a lot of companies now want to back up your experience, need you to back up your experience. And the work reference is something that they need from you. And that's something that you need to talk about. All right. Now, the brutal, the brutal reality of today's job market. Brutal. The key word that you need to have at the back of your mind is brutal. All right. Number one, have it at the back of your mind. Certificates and degrees are no longer a major requirement. You can go to every job board today. Let me go back to the one I was sharing with you. You can look at 50 job roles and you find out that nothing that has to do with certificate and degrees are in that job requirement. So if today your strategy of getting a job is I want to go and pay for a course, I want to go and do a master's, I want to go and pay for a certificate program, you're wasting your time. You are literally just wasting your time. You're just wasting time. Like you see time, you carry that time and you want to go and throw it away to say that, okay, I respect your time, but I don't need you right now. I'm gonna throw you away. That's what you're doing when you go pay for degrees, certificates, and so on and so forth. All right, because it's not nobody. All right. And the best way for me to explain this to you, okay, is you want to sew a cloth. You want, okay, let's say you start your own business today. You start a business today, all right? And you need a logo. The way we have Andari logo, all right? You need a logo for your business. And you have two people. One person is a graphic, they are both the graphic designer, okay, designers. And the first graphic designer is telling you that I just graduated from a university, I just graduated, I have a certificate of graphic design. Okay, can you show me samples of the things samples of logos that you've done in the past? Okay, can you send me some? Let me see your portfolio. All right, and the guy is telling you that, okay, no, I don't have any portfolio, but trust me, I graduated top 2% of my class. I'm one of the best people. I graduated 7 awards in class. Blah 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 blah. I have all these. I can show you, but I don't have any proof that I can do the job. But I have certificates that can prove that I know it. Okay. Now the other person, the other graphic designer, did not go to any school to learn graphics design, for example. Did not go to any school, doesn't have any certificate, nothing. But you chatted this person up, oh, I need a graphic designer, I need a logo. And what does this person send to you? Send you a portfolio of things, of different logos they've done, different brands they've worked with, different things that they've done for other clients before. Who would you likely go with? Would you go with the person that just graduated, that has a certificate, but doesn't have any proof of the work that they've done before? No proof, nothing. Just the certificate of their degree program. Or a graphic designer that has shown you portfolio of different logos they've done, different clients they've handled, why they're the best person to design your logo. Okay? Who would you go with? Most likely you'll go with the other person that shows you that they have experience. Nobody cares about the certificate. Would you ask that graphic designer after he sends you a portfolio, send me your certificate or send me proof of your education? You won't send it. You won't ask for it because what's the proof that you need? Experience. The proof that you need is experience. So you see, if you're chasing certificate and degrees, it's the same thing in the job market today. It's literally the same thing. All right. Now, the next thing is entry-level jobs are almost extinct with less than 5% global appearance. So if you're looking for, when I learn my job, when I learn this skill, I'll be looking for entry-level job. Let me bust it for you today. There are no entry-level jobs. They don't exist. Okay? They don't exist. Entry-level roles are almost extinct. Okay? All right? So if you're dependent on getting an entry-level job, a graduate level job, it's going to be very difficult for you to do that because they virtually don't exist anymore. Okay? Experience is now the new gold. You need experience for everything you want to do today. You need experience. You need to showcase that you have experience. All right. And we're going to do a small assessment today to make you see the reason why experience is the new thing. Relevant work experience is the icing on the cake. So if you're looking for a job, and I'll repeat this scenario again and again and again, if you've always worked in a bank and you want to get a job as a if you look in the bank, for example, your all the experience is banking, but now there is a company in the UK or in the US or in Canada that needs you, and it's an FMCG company, FMCG, fast moving consumable goods, or banking, or let's say fintech. Sorry, another industry entirely. You can't use banking experience to come into that particular place to say, oh, I did this in the bank. Okay. And you're talking to FMCG, you're talking to supply chain, or you're talking to another industry entirely. You can't use that. You need to look for how you can reverse engineer those your experience into the career path you want to go into. All right. Now, this one is something that you need to understand. When people say the job market is saturated, it's a lie. The job market is not saturated. Okay. Confused people are. Confused people. You don't have a great CV, but you're applying every single day. Tailor your resume to the job that you're applying to. You don't tailor your resume to every job that you're going to, but you just find out that you're getting a lot of rejection emails, and the next thing you conclude is the job market is too saturated. There are so many people looking for jobs. They are laying off so many people, blah 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 blah. There's so many news around negative PR around the job market. I can tell you for free, there are jobs. Confused people, people that have no direction, people that are not really, they don't know what to do. That's the reason why I call them confused. They don't know what is working, what should work, or what is not working. So those are the people that feel the job market, and those are the people that are talking about saturation of the job market. Last but not the least, okay, but not the least, we have getting a job today requires just three things. Getting a job today in today's job market, you're in Canada, you're in the US, there are only three things you need to get a job in the job market, in today's job market. And I will explain to you in a few seconds. All right. So if you enjoy yourself, let me reiterate, please ensure you fill the attendance. Okay. There's the attendance form in the chat. Please click on it and fill the attendance so you can get access to the recording and the materials that we're using in today's session. All right. What are these three things? The three things that you need to get a job in today's market is number one, learn. Okay. Number two, package yourself. And number three, apply. Learn, package, apply. Repeat after me. Learn, package, and apply. But you see, the key thing, what most people now focus on, they focus so much on apply. Where do I apply for jobs? Where do I apply? Give me a remote job. Where can I apply for a remote job? Where can I apply for this type of job? Where can I apply? But you've skipped two steps in order for you to start applying. You've skipped two steps. You've skipped the learning step and you've skipped the packaging step. And all people want to do is apply. So when we talk about learn, I'm not talking about just learn, go on Udemy, go on Coursera, go on YouTube, go to Analytics, on all this. I'm not saying you should not just go learn, but I'm saying that how do you learn and gain experience while you're learning? Okay, I'll repeat it again. How do you learn and gain experience while you're learning? So as you're learning, you are building work experience, all right, in your desired tech career path. So we have 11 career paths that we're going to explain. I'm going to explain in details as we go on. We have data analytics, we have data science, we have business analysis, we have data engineering, we have project management, we have product design, we have DevOps, we have SOC and threat intelligence, we have ethical hacking and penetration testing, we have governance, risk, and compliance, which is GRC, and we have cloud and application security. Now, these are all career paths today, in-demand career path that guarantees you get a job. Why does this career path guarantees you get a job? Okay, I would explain in a few minutes. So they are not randomly selected. They were not randomly selected. Okay, they were selected for a purpose based on the reason. I'm going to explain it in a few minutes. But these are the 11 career paths that if you focus on, you would likely get a job. There is a 101% sure that you will get a job. Now, number two is personal rebranding. And this is where your CV revamp and CV review comes in play. You can't use the same CV to apply for multiple jobs. I mean, even your standard CV today, you need to revamp the way, the look and feel, the structure. So I don't know whatever design you're having today on your CV, but you need to keep a minimalistic design for your CV. All right. And how do you ensure certain keywords are on your CV? I would explain that in a few minutes. All right. We have LinkedIn optimization. You need LinkedIn optimization. How do you get recruiters reaching out to you even before you apply for a job, even without you applying? How do you get employers and recruiters to reach out to you on your LinkedIn profile without you applying for a job? That's LinkedIn optimization. It just works like SEO. All right. So if today you want to eat the best seafood, all right, what do? You go on Google and you Google the best seafood around me. And what would happen? Google would recommend the best ones close to you based on rating, based on this, based on that, based on certain keywords and all that. That's SEO. LinkedIn is the same thing. How do how does LinkedIn recommend you to recruiters? So if recruiters go on, let's just use a very good example in the US. Let's use a good example. I'm going to go on LinkedIn, for example, and I'm going to search for a certain keywords. So I'm going to go on LinkedIn and I'm going to say business analyst. Okay, business analyst. Can I say Texas? Okay, business analyst Texas, and I'll list out some tools that business analysts get to work with. So I would say Jira, I would say Agile, okay, and I would say another keyword. What other keyword? Let me use one last keyword. Let me use Jira and let's see. Let's use the word Scrum. Okay, nothing's coming to my head. All right. So you see, I search for certain keywords, and I'm going to go to people. And you see, certain people would showcase, certain people will come out, as a top recommendation. Now, when you look at this, okay, what makes this person top recommendation for these certain keywords I used? What are the things that are there? Okay, so you can see Chukwemeka Okoye, cybersecurity business analyst at Texas Health. There's certain keywords that are in these people's profile that would ensure that they rank better than you. So if you are in the same country in Texas, for example, all right, and you search certain keywords in the career path, in your career path, and you don't come as recommended, there's something wrong with your profile. Your LinkedIn profile is not optimized enough. All right. And that's why you see some people on LinkedIn, they're getting offers here and there. Even people in Nigeria optimize their LinkedIn profile for roles in US and they get calls. All right. So talk more of you in the US, talk more of you in Canada. All right. These are the kind of opportunities that exist that you don't even know exist. Do you understand what I mean? So you see, the next thing is mentorship, interview preparation. So we talked about the seat approach earlier. We talked about that. But how do you answer questions during an interview? That's the puzzling question most people don't know. And that's exactly what we're going to do for you. All right. Job reference letter, and we have on the job support. On the job support. This is a beautiful thing because most people feel like if I learn and I get a job, I'm an imposter. Like I just learned 6 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, but now I got a job. I don't feel it's right. I've only done this for the last 2 months or 3 months of my life. How do I get a job? How do I know what to do? So with that, what we do also is we provide you with on-the-job support. You know, so as long as you get started and you're doing the job, you need help. Somebody is there to help you. Do you understand? And now this is where application. This is where we need to be very, very strategic. All right, and you see, tailoring your CV and apply a minimum of 10 applications in a day. How do you manage to get 10 applications in a day? What Amdari has done is to partner with CV Matchly AI. CV Matchly AI would help you. Let me just show you. It's better to say it, all right, than it's better to show you than to say it. So I'm going to go to jobs and I'm going to look for data analysts in the United States. Okay. I'm going to filter to 24 hours. Okay. I think that's more than enough. So now if I come here and let's look at this data analyst role. This is $21 per hour to $23 per hour. All right. Let me look for something else. This is with Calif. This is good. All right. So I'm looking for something else in tab more content, essentially. So CV Matchly is a Google Chrome extension. Okay. So we have partnered what do you call it? Okay, yeah, it's working now. So Darius partnered with CV Matchly AI. Okay, and what this does is it helps you. Let me just take out the CV I have there. So what you need to do is upload your CV. So whatever CV that you're working with at the moment, I'm going to upload test CV. All right. So the CV, I will upload the CV. Just give me a second. Close this so I can show you very well. All right. So you upload the CV. All right. So let me just take out the CV and I'll show you again. I'm going to bring in the CV, test CV, and I'm going to bring it in. All right. And I'll click on analyze CV. And once I click on that, you'll see it would analyze the CV and tell you that currently the CV I'm using is 55%. There's a 55% match. So basically, it's looking at it, it's saying keywords that are matched, about 10 keywords are matched. Missing, we have about 9 keywords that are missing. And my strength currently is a 6 out of a 10. Okay. So when you see keyword match, data analysis, Excel, Google Sheets, dashboard, visualization, communication, organization, and so on and so forth. Keywords that are missing: willingness to learn, training, part-time, supportive environment, no experience required, diligence. But these are just bare keywords. Okay. So what it does is it will take your CV, all right, and I can generate an optimized CV. So the CV I uploaded, I can generate an optimized CV in just about less than 20 seconds. So to look at the job description, okay, and what it would do is it would tailor that resume to the job role itself. All right. So you see, when I download that CV now and I show you, okay, and I bring it in. Let me just bring it in so you can see it for yourself. All right. So you can see detail-oriented, diligent data analyst with the foundational understanding of data collection, organization, and reporting. Now, if you read this job description, you'll find out that that's exactly what they're looking for. So detail-oriented, what do you call it? Opportunity training, data careers, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Now, let's take a look at another career path. The CV I uploaded initially was a data analyst CV. So now let's look at something slightly different. Let's look at something in cybersecurity, which is very different from data analytics. So if I look at cybersecurity analyst and so on and so forth, that's the problem with once I started reset. Okay. All right. So if I look at cybersecurity analyst, okay. All right. So let's just take out any one of them. This is cybersecurity and reporting analyst. Or let's look at something. Let's look at any one of them, actually. Any one of them. So I come to CV Matchly AI. I have my CV there already. So it's just going to start analyzing immediately. Okay. Let's give it a few seconds. It's less than 10 seconds, less than 7 seconds. All right. So you see now my match is about a 38% match. Okay, so matched. Okay, we have Power BI data analysis. Like I said, it's a data analyst CV. So everything on data analytics was good, but on cybersecurity now, very bad. So cybersecurity, federal IT, governance, documentation lifecycle management, section 508, JAMCAM, and so on and so forth. Okay, these are keywords that are there that I need to take into consideration. So as quick as possible, rather than me trying to figure out how to put in this keyword in my CV, CV Matchly AI would do what? Would help me optimize my CV in just less than 20 seconds. All right. So these are the things that we have partnered with to help you guarantee, a solid application when you throw it out there. So when we're saying that your keywords or CV has to, certain keywords have to exist in your CV today in order for you to get a job, these are the things that have given us very good success, helping people land a job either in the US or in Canada. All right. So we're providing you with all three of them. So we're providing you with an environment where you can learn, where you can package yourself, and where you can apply. All right. To guarantee you that job at the end of the day. So when we're saying this from the bottom of our hearts, and we're saying that if you're looking to get in a job this year, especially in the tech space, this is the place to be 100%. And this is why I'll share some success stories with you. This is Francis. Francis went through Amdare last year, 2025. Okay, and guess what? But you can see it on his LinkedIn profile. You'll see project management consultant, Amdare, March 2025 to present. Francis got a job with Deloitte. Okay, he got a job with Deloitte, and you can see him chat to one of the program specialists in the house. All right, so he was saying, "I just got a job. I just got a call from Deloitte, and that the interview was successful. Starting onboarding in August. To God be the glory. Good morning, sir." And you see, it started in March 2025, and by August, it's going to be resuming a new role. What was the key thing that made this different? And you can see the Amdari Work Experience Program. All right, you can click here to listen to Francis. That's the reason why I tell you to fill the attendance so you can listen to these people. All right, is Francis the only person that's gotten a job? No, we have Okoyemi also. Okoyemi also used to, worked in the banking space for years. Moved to the UK, couldn't get a job, and eventually, went through the Amdari work experience program, and eventually she was able to get a job. She was able to get a job. So I want to play this for you. I do have, okay, don't worry, I'll play it towards the end of the session. But these are people that I will share. I'll play some of these things for you so you can listen to it. In fact, so that it doesn't feel like I would have played it already. So let me just play it. I'm just going to share, it as a tab so that I can play it for you. Okay. Just give me a second so you can listen to it yourself. So you can listen to what she said. So it doesn't feel like this just helps me better. All right. So I'm going to play this now.
Congratulations on securing a data analyst role in the UK. We are more than happy that you're sharing this news with us. Congratulations are in order. Getting a job is always a struggle. So what would you say your biggest challenge was, in the job search phase, especially as someone trying to get a first job in tech? What was your biggest challenge as a job seeker?
Oh, thank you for the question, Amoni. Actually, I didn't transition into tech. I've been in tech. I have my BSc in computer science. And then I came to the UK for my master's in data science and analytics. I graduated with distinction, and you will think like, okay, after graduation, you will get the job. Yeah. Application upon application.
Yeah.
And then you won't even get any reply, no response at all. I think they call it ghosted, like they actually ghosted you, that sort of things. And then you just want to, even after spending a lot of masters, you are just trying to keep on upskilling yourself, because in the tech space, if you close your eyes, by the time you open it, the world is far, far ahead of you. So you have to keep on upgrading yourself, keep on being on the top of your game. Yeah.
Helped you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Yes, like I said earlier, that one of the best decisions I made this year is coming to Amdari. Before I joined Amdari, I think I was in a meeting. I think the first time I saw Amdari was on.
So these testimonies are there. I'll make them available for you. Well, as long as you fill the attendance, you get access to the entire document, so it's easy for you to go through it. Okay. So, but essentially, you can listen to her, and you get from the conversation that, she had gone through masters, everything, distinction, and all that, and she still found it very difficult to get a job. All right. And what she say, and that is one of the best decisions that she made last year. Because if she didn't take that decision to say she wants to do the internship program with us, it's going to be difficult for her to have got to the job. Okay, because what you don't know, you will keep parabolating and keep merry-go-rounding till till nothing works. Do you understand? Till nothing works, and you feel at that point in time that it is because you're African, is because of this, is because of that. But there are certain things that you need to put in play in order for you to get a job in today's job market, and that's just Okoyemi. Okay, we also have the same thing with Sandra. Sandra got a job, as a data protection analyst after completing the GRC program with Amdari. So, how do you become a data protection analyst? Okay, you see, on a work experience, you have GRC analyst with Amdari, and then you can see how she got a job with LODPO, as a data protection paralegal. And these are things that absolutely you feel like it's way beyond your reach. It's way beyond your reach. I cannot get a job. Oh, it's difficult. It's this, it's that. That's what people have sold to you. That's what you've tried. You've even tried, and you found out that it's so difficult to get a job. And these are people that have gone through it. We have Jerry also that got a job as a data analyst, okay, as a data scientist. And you see one of the charts is having here. You can see this is the chart of one of our specialists in the house. So you see, I, Emeka, just wanted to officially let you know that I've landed a data analyst role within the civil service, and it's a level promotion too. It's also a level promotion. All right. So you see, these are the kind of opportunities that you get that you never knew that even existed initially. But you see, those are the things that you get to work on to get to the next level. You see, I was asked to prepare a presentation on any data analysis project. I edited and submitted our first project. So you get to work on different kind of projects. I did it and submitted our first project, saved me a lot of time and gave me confidence. Also spoke about the SQL project when they asked about data acquisition. Thank you so much for your mentorship, Emeka. Take your flowers, I beg. And that's exactly what you need to get to the job experience. Can you showcase the things that you've done before? Can you walk us through the companies that you've worked with before? All right, the clients that you've done, the kind of projects you've done before. And you can listen to Jerry also. There's a video there, where if you click on the link there, it takes you straight to listen to Jerry. All right. So all I'm trying to tell you today, if you've not gotten all the message I'm trying to pass, we have just about 30 minutes to go. Um, if you've not gotten anything from today's session, what I'll tell you again is focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. There's a reason why those things are in yellow, so you don't miss the point. Focus on skills and experience, okay, in careers that guarantees you a job. So when you mix all these things together, okay, there's this document called the Future of Jobs Report. And I'm going to share that with you today. All right. I'm going to share that with you today. The Future of Jobs Report, it came out last year, 2025. It's a 290-page document talking about the future of roles, the future of jobs. Now, 15 years ago, I read this document myself, okay, when I was looking at pivoting. And at the time, they were saying data science was the sexiest job in the future. Okay, so the description was data science is the sexiest job of the future. So when I read it back then, I made a conscious effort to say that I want to become a data scientist. All right, so I know that I'm going to be relevant in the future. I never knew what it was. I had no clue what it was and all that. But you see, this document is very, very important. So if you feel the attendance, I'm going to send this document to you so you can read for yourself. It's a 290-page document talking about the future of jobs reports. You need to read this. Well, I've summarized it for you for today's session. I've summarized it for you. And now, why we summarize it is to make it easy for you to consume. Also makes it easy for me to, pass across a message. Now, why choose, an in-demand career path? Why did we choose this career path? All right. Learn convenience. You can easily learn, easily work on projects, easily scale your career. So ease of learning. You're a busy professional. You're already doing work already. Some people are doing 2 jobs already. Okay. So how do you want to fix in a learning program into that your business schedule? That's exactly where the learning convenience comes in. Ease of transitioning. That's the key word. Ease of transitioning. Ease of getting a job. You can get a job. In today's job market, you can get a job. So what do you need? That's exactly where we come in. The next thing is high salary rate. High salary rate. Majority, we talked about the average salary within the tech space, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that. All right. You are likely going to get a better salary, if not on your end, not on your first job, but I can tell you 6, 8, 10 months, 1 year into that role, when you're going into other roles, you're likely going to go exponentially into your career. So higher salary is guaranteed in the career within the tech space. So learning convenience is number one. You can put this learning structure into your business schedule at this point in time. The next thing is ease of learning, ease of transitioning. Those are the key words that you need to have at the back of your mind. And that's what led us to these 11 career paths. Okay. Oh, Calgary. Somebody's in Calgary. I'm listening in. All right, that's awesome. I'm also based in Calgary. I'm actually in Calgary at the moment. All right. So learning convenience. So we have data analytics, we have data analysts, we have the data engineer, we have the product manager, we have the GRC specialist, we have the data scientist, we have the data analyst, we have the business analyst, we have the SOC analyst, we have the ethical hacker and penetration tester, we have DevOps, we have product design, we have cloud and application security. So when you combine this 11 career path, when you focus on this 11 career path, you'll find out you can easily get a job. All right. And the reason why we selected this 11, okay, it's also based on the positioning. You positioning yourself for the future of jobs. So when you look at this, when you look at that, this future of jobs report, okay, when you go into it, you'll find out there are certain career paths that showcase. Now, if you take a look at this document, you will see the document as career paths that will grow. So over here, we have career paths that will grow. Let me change my pen so you can see my writing better. All right. So over here, you see career paths that will grow and career paths that will decline. Okay, grow and decline. So you see over here, let's just take a look at them. Secondary school education teachers, compliance officers, we have relationship managers, we have construction laborers. All right, we have sales and representative wholesalers. Don't know what that is. Shop salesperson. We have human resources man specialist, financial analyst. We have lawyers. I mean, this is not my document. This is the future of jobs reports, and honestly, you'll be surprised how these stuffs are very, very accurate. So now let's focus on the ones that are going to grow. Let's focus on the career path that will continue to grow. So when you look at this, we have a big data specialist. Okay, we have the big data specialist, we have the data warehousing specialist, we have the data engineer, we have the database and networking professional. When you look at this career path, they all fall into data engineering. Okay, and let's take a look at the rest of them. So we just have a few minutes to go. All right. Now take a look at these ones. Okay. When you take a look at this, you'll find out that these career paths are career paths that are going to continue to grow. So you see AI and machine learning specialist, that's under the role of a data scientist. You would see security management specialist, that is cybersecurity. You will see UI UX designer, that's product design. You see data analytics and data scientist clearly stated out. So if somebody's telling you there are no jobs in data, almost that person is lying to you big time. There are no roles, that person is lying to you. Information security analyst, cybersecurity, DevOps engineer, clearly written out, high in demand, DevOps engineer. All right. You also see data engineers, you see digital transformation specialists, and process automation specialists. These are roles within business analysis. All right, so a business analyst will be responsible for digital transformation and also most processes automation that you have within the organization. So that's business analysis. All right, so you have organization and development specialists. That's also under HR. All right, you have database and network professionals. That's under business intelligence, data engineering. That's where it falls into. So you see, these are career paths that will continue to grow. But is that all? No. I mean, the next page is it's a 290-page document. So it's a fully fledged document. So you see project managers also stated in there. You'll see business intelligence analyst. You'll see sales and marketing professional. You'll see supply chain and logistics specialist. You'll see management and organization analyst. These are all data professionals, core data professionals. All right. You also have data engineers. Okay. And you have HR analysts also. So you see, these roles will continue to grow. All right. And you can even check by yourself. You can check, just do a rough check by yourself into career paths. Just go on the job board and go and look for a job. Okay. And you'll find out that there's so much opportunities within the spaces, within the space itself. All right. Now, if you let's just look at business analysts in the US. Business analyst, okay, in the US. Now, currently, you have over 4,000 roles, okay, 4,000 plus roles. So they posted, I'm going to say in the last 24 hours, you have 100 plus roles that were posted in the last 24 hours. 8 hours ago, I usually will want you to go with this route, okay, in order for you to know what you're doing. And these are not the only job board, that you can work with. Every job board you can go through, all right, have their own specification, have their own job roles, okay? So we'll explore that in a few minutes. Now, let's explore what each career entails for you to land a job, okay? Now, this is something I want you guys to do today. This I will leave with you today, all right? So what you want to do is I want you to go, it's just like it's probably going to take you a few minutes, all right? It's probably going to take you a few minutes. So what you do is I'm going to open the browser. I'm going to open an empty document, an empty plain document. So when I open this, okay, I'll go to a job board. Do you know what I'll do? Let me just open them side by side so it's easy for you to see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm going to go to a job board. Okay. I'll open a blank document. Let me increase the size for this a bit. Okay. I'll come here, open another tab, and I would search for Jason Davis Word Cloud. word cloud. Okay, Jason Davies word. You see the word cloud generator. I'm going to click on that. Okay, now leave this one the way it is. I'll come back to this to show you something in a few minutes. Okay, but I want you to do this. I want you to do this. So the first step is for you to select the career path you want to go into. So let's take, for example, you want to become a business analyst. Okay, let me just open it to the house. What career path should I focus? What career path should I focus on? What career path should I focus on? What career path do you think I should focus on based on your interest? So based on the 11 career paths I mentioned earlier, which of them would you want us to try this out with? Let's see. Okay, so we have somebody almost at the same time. We have GRC, we have data analytics. So let me do GRC because that's the first one I came in. All right, so when you're looking at GRC, okay, all right, one of the key ones there is compliance. All right, what compliance? All right, compliance analyst or compliance. I'll just look for the keyword compliance and I'm going to show all. Okay, so anything that has to do with compliance in the US, okay, that's what I'm going to focus. Sorry, that's what I'm going to focus on. Okay, and I'm going to search for it. So everything that has to do with compliance in the past 24 hours, I'm just going to share this. All right, compliance, and all that. Boom. Yeah. Just give me a second. Let me just look for this compliance analyst. All right. So let's take a look at this. Sometimes these filters, I think I'm using the old filter. So let's take a look at this. Let me just look at GRC as a full. Okay. All right. So we have more. Let's take a look at this. All right. So we have 2,000 plus here. So what you want to do is, I don't want this recommended roles. Okay, so I'm just going to go to roles that are not recommended. That most of these roles you see here, they are sponsored. Okay, but I mean, I don't want sponsored roles. I want actual roles itself. So I'm just going to go with the first one. So what you want to do is take the full content of this job role. Take the full content. Take everything from down to the bottom. Everything. Take everything. Take everything from the top to the bottom. Okay. I'll copy it. So all you need to do is copy, come to this side, paste it. That's a one job description. I'm going to go to the next one, which is cyber risk analyst. Again, that's under GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. I'm going to take it from the top all the way to the bottom. Again, I'm going to copy it. Come here again, and I will paste it. I'm not leaving any space. I'm just copying and pasting. Okay, I'm just copying and pasting. And there's a reason I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. So I'm going to go this is another GRC analyst role. So what I'll do again, I'll copy and paste, copy from the top. Okay, copy and come here again. Now a blank document. I'm going to paste it in there. All right, I'll look for another GRC role. GRC again. Okay, I'm going to come down here, take it from the top to the bottom. Okay, and take everything again, and I'll paste it. The reason why I'm doing this, I'll show you in a bit. I'll just do maybe like 3 more, and I'll cut again. But I want you, when you're doing this, I would want you to do this for like as many rows as you can. I would want you to do this for as many rows, if possible, 50 to 100, if possible. If you have the time, please do as many as you can. I'll copy this again. Okay, come here and I'll paste it. I would look for one more. Let's just for the sake of doing one more. Okay, I'll just take it again, copy it all the way from the top to the bottom. I'll copy it and I will paste it again. All right, just for the sake of it, let's add one more to it. So that the more we have, the merrier. The more we have, the merrier it is. So let me just take this again, copy, then I will paste it. This will be the last one. Okay, so currently I've done about, give or take 6. Currently I've done about 6 rows. Okay, so I'm not even reading it. I'm not reading them, nothing. I just copied and pasted the job description. So the more rows that you have, the better for you. I need to emphasize that. So what I'll do now is I'll come here, I'll select everything from the top to the bottom. So I'll select everything from the top to the bottom. I'll select everything and I would copy. I'll copy it. So now I'll go to my word cloud generator. All the content inside this place, I will delete everything. I'll make sure it's empty. Okay. I'll make sure it's empty. Then all the things I copied from the job description, everything I copied so far from the job description, I'm going to bring it to my word cloud and I will paste it in there. Okay. I won't click on go just yet. Okay. I'll change this to 0 and I'll change this to 0 so I can see it straight word for word. Now, number of words, I want the top 100 words. I will start with 100. I would increase it, over time, but let's start with 100. So the two things I changed this to 0 and this to 0, and my number of words, I changed it to 100. Okay, and I'm going to click on go. Now, what this would tell me is if I'm looking for a GRC role in the US, the GRC analyst role in the US, these are the top 100 things that I should focus on in terms of skills, in terms of certificate or whatsoever. If there is any form of certificate I need to go look for, these are the things I need to prioritize. Now, take a look at this. What strikes out for you? What are the key things that strikes for you? So you have the keyword there, and this is what I tell you every single time: experience. So just from 6 or 7 rows, 5 to 7 rows that we copied and pasted, just from our to 6 to 7, ridiculously 7 rows that we copy and pasted, experience speaks out to you as the keyword, that top 100 keywords. Let's even look at top 50. Let's see if it's part of the top 50 words that show. That means it shows frequently in most of the roles that you're going into. You see experience, top 50 keywords. Experience, 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 experience is something that is always showing there. All right, what else is there? Compliance, risk, management, analyst, reporting. So if you're a GRC and you don't know how to report, please, that's something that you need to go focus on. You need to go learn. Reporting is a keyword that shows up very frequently in most of the roles that you want to apply to. All right. You also need to carry out some type of assessment, either vulnerability assessment or risk assessment or whatsoever assessment that you're doing. You need to go learn and build your experience in these key areas. Okay. Regulatory compliance. You need to also understand regulatory compliance in the US. All right, for whatever role that you want to get into. So you see, how do you leverage data? As a GRC analyst, you do any form of data analysis at the moment. Those are the keywords that you need to focus on. So you see, but the key one that throws you out there every single time, and if you do this over and over and over and over again, experience will always trump, will always come out on top. If you're getting me, if you do this, give me a thumbs up. If you're going to do this, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you are going to do this. All right, Tunde, fantastic. I love that. Who else? Isaac, Mercy, Elias. Are you guys going to try to do this? Oh, fantastic. I love this. I love that. I love this. So try the word cloud generator. The more rows you get, the bigger picture you're likely going to get. The more detailed question, the more detailed you'll likely see in that. All right. Now that's exactly what we need to do. All right. So to wrap it up, to make you understand why experience is such a big deal. Why experience is such a big deal. Okay. So you see, if you have a Benz today, you have a Benz, you have a Mercedes Benz, and you need to fix your car. You need to fix your Benz today. Okay. You went to 3 mechanics, okay, or you went to 3 shops, okay, and you met with 3 different mechanics. The first mechanic is Michael. Michael says, "Oh, fantastic! I understand you have a problem with your car. I have experience fixing Toyota, Lexus, and Honda. Fantastic, beautiful. He has good experience. He has experience fixing cars, okay, and he has experience fixing different types of cars. Sandra or Susan, on the other hand, also has experience fixing cars. She has experience fixing Mazda, Hyundai, Kia, and BMW. Okay, fantastic. That's beautiful. We also have Tayo, who has experience. And Tayo has experience fixing BMW, Toyota, Kia, and Benz. What draws out to you? Which of these 3 people would you select? A, B, or C? Michael, Susan, or Tayo? Which of these 3 people would you select? Which of these 3 people would you select? You can put it in the chat. Let me see. Which of these three guys would you go ahead to select? Which of these three people would you go ahead to select? Let me see. Tile C. Okay, last is going with C. There's a reason why most of us will go with C. Okay, there's a reason why most of us will go with C, and the reason why most of us will go with C is simple, because the person has Benz experience. The person has repaired a Benz before. Okay, that's the reason why we will feel confident in giving the person a car to fix. So now let's relate it back to ourselves. On your CV, you put customer service. You put customer service. You put different type of roles. Customer service. You worked in a warehouse. You did all those kind of job, whatever job that you're doing currently. But that same role, that same CV, you're using it to apply for a data analyst position. All right. Do you think the person would trust you? No, 100% no. Or you're applying for a business analyst role, but your former role, you were a quality assurance. You're in quality assurance, and your CV, you put quality assurance there, and you're applying for a business analyst role, and you put there just completed a program in business analysis or project management. Yikes, yikes. Nobody's going to give it to you 100%. I can guarantee you that. Just like the same way you will not give somebody your Benz, you won't give any mechanic your Benz to go fix because they don't have any Benz experience. So I won't give it to you. So why are you putting quality assurance? Why are you putting whatever role that you've done in the past before? Why is that on your CV when you apply for a project management role, or you're applying for a DevOps role, or you're applying for a cybersecurity or GRC role, and you're putting whatever job description or whatever you've done in the past before? That's what you're putting in your CV, and you guarantee that somebody will believe you to get that job. It doesn't work in today's job market, so you need to fine tune yourself, and that's why experience is the major thing. So you see the likes of Vivian. Vivian got 3 job offers after going through our program. So you see, hi Femena, I trust you're doing great. I come with a delightful news. I interviewed with 3 companies and was made offer by all 3 companies: PwC, Asset Risk Consultants, and we have Bank Julius Baer. 3 offers. Now we also have Betty that got a job also after completing our program. And you can see how she moved from Dari. You can see Dari here, information technology project manager. Currently she works with Echoes, working as an information technology business and project manager. So you see, these are people that have gone through our work experience program and they've been able to get a job. Okay? Those are the key things that you need at the back of your mind. How do I get experience? How do I get mentorship? How do I get help to ensure I get a job? That's exactly what you're looking at. So the key thing here is, if you're willing, you need help, and you want to put in as much effort as you can, and you need to get a job. That is the best place for you, without a doubt. And we have also Anita. Anita also did the same thing. Okay, couldn't get a job. Okay, went to our business analysis work experience program, and currently she works as a senior business analyst. Okay, and you see one of the messages also she's having with one of our specialists in the house. You see, Mama, your girl got the job. It's here. They just sent me an email. So you see, you can listen to Anita's story here. It's not gatekeeping. These are not AI generated content. These are actual people that you can check on. You can check on LinkedIn. You can check on all the social media platforms. The video testimonial is there. You can take a look at these people. All right. So what makes them different? What guarantees that you are also going to be successful? And like most of these people joined this kind of session that you're joining today, that was the same way they joined. And now, they have a job. And that's the good thing about the things that we're doing. All right. And you see, there are a ton of other ones. Okay. A ton of them. Oh, good morning, Amina. By the way, with the way you revamped my CV, I got a job offer of £50,000 yesterday, although I'm turning it down. That's to show you the frequency of offers that you get. Okay. My name is Miriam Larry from Amdari. I just got my secondment role as a business analyst in the data. These are conversations with our specialists in house. So you see another one. I, Mohammed, just got a data science job, like my first data science job, using some of the things that we learned here. These are the things that you need to get a job. What are the things you need to get a job? Learn, package, apply. And how do you guarantee that, certainty that you know that you can get a job? So long story short, how can Amdari help me? We're gonna help you get a job. That's what we're trying to do. All right. But like I said, you need to be dedicated, you need to put in the work, but we'll literally hold your hands and guide you through the process of you getting a job. So you see, learn, package, and apply. So we're going to help you learn. We have a work experience program, one of the best work experience program internship that you can think about. So I'm going to show you just a few seconds, okay? Because we're honestly out of time already. All right. So I'm going to say Amdari. You can check us out on Amdari, okay? www.amdari.io. All right. So you see, gain work experience by working on real projects in data science, data analytics, GRC, cybersecurity, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go to internship program, okay? And I can see here, apply for internship. So you see, gain real work experience that gets you hired in high demand tech careers such as cybersecurity, project management, data science, all the career paths we talked about today. So when you click on internship, you'll see we have, our internships programs in there. So you see, you have what you will gain, technologies that you get to work with, so on and so forth, and the projects you get to work on. All right. So you see, we're going to guarantee you with the work experience program, okay, and you have the ability to learn also. So let me just show you quickly. We have this, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself involved in. So we have the internship platform that provides you with projects, okay, not just self-paced projects. These are real life business challenges based on real life business challenges that you're going to be working on. You're also going to be given a specialist, somebody that will work with you, somebody that will hold your hands, somebody that will guide you through the process. Now, if you're a data engineering project or you're interested in data engineering, this is the data engineering internship. I can view projects. This is one of the projects they're currently working on. So this is the January guys that started this month. They started just about last week. They started last week Saturday. So they started last week Saturday. This project is going to be for 2 weeks, and it's a data engineering for real-time stock market insight and reporting. Now, this is based on a real business challenge, okay? A real business challenge issue. So you see, you can company overview, okay? Market Pulse Analytics, New York City, US, FinTech, Financial Data Analytics, founded in 2016. Market Pulse Analytics is a leading financial technology firm specializing in real-time market insight and institutional investors. Founded in 2016, Market Pulse, basically it is about the business. The business challenges, what are the challenges they're currently facing? System reliability, lack of robust monitoring makes it difficult to detect anomalies in real time. Data latency, delay in integrating diverse data sources. Stock exchanges, news feeds, social sentiments affect the accuracy of the insight. Now, you're going to be working on this project. You're going to be working on this project. What would you be doing on this project? Do you know how to do this project? Most likely, you've never done anything like this before. Would you be able to do this project? Yes. Why? Because there is somebody that will hold your hands and guide you through what you need to do. All right. So you see, when you start this project now, it's broken down into daily activities and daily tasks. So when you click on day one, what are you supposed to do this day? All right. Day one, understand the project goals and objective. Familiarize with project architecture, API, Kafka, Spark, Docker, PostgreSQL, and Power BI. All right. Review the roles for each of the components in data pipeline. Build the foundation of your streaming data project by setting up a dev environment. You're going to build this. Okay. And what are you going to do? They are tutorial. They are what we call it. Watch me do it videos from our specialists, some of the specialists in the house that will walk you through, what you need to do. Now, in the same vein, you have live sessions with these people. In fact, if you don't understand something, if you're working on your internship, you're working on the project, and you don't understand something, you can book a consultation. You can book a session to say, "Oh, this I'm not what I'm working on at the moment. I'm having these challenges. I don't understand what I'm doing." You can book a time anytime during the week, for you, a specialist, for somebody to jump on a call with you, to work with you to gain that experience. So one of the major issues people face is experience. So if you're looking at any other, let's take a look at another project. Let's take a look at another career path. Somebody talked about GRC. So let's take a look at GRC. So we have the GRC internship. We have that for the January cohort. January gets started this month. I'm going to look at that because that's very recent. Okay. View projects. Okay. So they're currently working on risk assessment framework implementation at Meridian Financial Services. Let's take a look at this project. Now let's look at the company overview. All right, Meridian Financial Services is a community bank based in Atlanta, Georgia. The bank was founded in 2008 by three former employees of a larger bank who sought to create a more personal, customer-centric banking experience. So this is the project itself. You can view the task, okay, and you can see what you need to do. You have to take the assessment first. I've not taken the assessment. That's not the program. You can, if I say click on it and I start, I'll walk you through. I could just take some of the questions. You don't have to pass everything, but you have to take the questions, but also assess your understanding of the project first off, then you can go into it. So once you go into the week, once you finish the assessment, it will give you let's just go through it. It's just 5 questions. So I'll just answer 5 questions. So I might be wrong across board, but let's just see what I get. Okay, so 5 questions. Oh, 60%. That's not too bad. That's just me randomly selecting anything. So I'm going to click on finish. So I can review my quiz to know which one I got wrong or I got correctly. Okay. Click on finish. Then I would have access to my week 1. Okay. So if I go into week 1, foundation and discovery. So what are you going to be working on as a GRC analyst, for example? Understand what GRC means. Learn why organizations need GRC professionals. Get a brief overview of Meridian Financial Services project. Learn what GRC means, watch the videos, review the project summary, basically get acquainted with the project. Then every day there is something that you need to do. So like in day 3, you're going to be doing project initiation and stakeholder engagement. Now there are going to be videos for you to watch to also help you perform this particular thing itself. So it's not just you trying to figure out things by yourself. You are going to learn how to do it. So when you go for an interview, it makes it easy for you to talk about the things that you did. Oh, yes, I worked with Amdari. While I was working with Amdari, the client was Meridian Financials, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia. I had this particular issue, and these are the things that we did for them. That's the proof of work that we're talking about. And that's why we've had so much success in the space itself. All right. So you see, those are the things that you are going to gain from this project experience itself. Now, the good thing also is you have learned. You have short courses you can take. So take, for example, if you've never done anything in project management before, and you want to take a project management course, fantastic. That is beautiful. You have access to it. You have access to project management. So project management fundamentals, introduction to project management methodology, and this cuts across all the career paths. So if you're looking at GRC, you have courses in GRC. We have courses in business analysis. We have courses in data engineering. We have courses in SOC analysis. So you see, you are going to be getting more than what you're buying from working on projects to learning to internship experience to building your own portfolio of projects that you've built and so on and so forth. So it's a very encompassing package. All right. So in packaging, we're going to help you with your CV. We're going to help you with your LinkedIn profile, a little bit LinkedIn optimization. We'll do these things for you. Mentorship and career sessions, interview preparation, job references, and on-the-job support. We're going to do all this and more for you. And applying for job, we have our own job board. Okay, we have our job board on the platform. So if you come to once you create an account, you will get access to the job board where we, rather than you going to places to look for remote jobs, we consolidate everything into our platform where you get access to remote job opportunities. So it makes it easy for you to apply directly from the same place. So you're learning the place, you're building experience in the place, you can also apply for jobs in the same place. And like I said, we have partnership with CV Matchly AI, which makes it a tad bit easier for you to apply for jobs. All right, so you get free access to CV Matchly AI, where you can use this tool to to analyze your CV against the job description and help you optimize your CV. in less than 20 seconds. I'm talking about analysis and optimizing in less than 20 seconds. All right. So to look at the job description, I need to give you exactly what you're looking for. Does that make sense? So you see, these are the things that has given us a huge success in terms of helping people get jobs in the tech space. So if you're looking at getting a job today, okay, the only platform that guarantees you everything in one place is Amdari. Okay, no place else guarantees you this. So you see, this is Sandra. Okay, Sandra got a job. Martha, I mean, sorry, Martha landed the senior project management role 2 months into a program. 2 months into the program. So I usually tell people it always seems impossible until somebody else gets to do it. Okay, it's very difficult. It's so hard until somebody else goes ahead to do it. And that's the situation of people that we've gone through our program with. So you see Judith also, okay, also went through the Amdari Work Experience program. And what happened? She got a job as a data analyst with renewable parts. Okay, she got the job. Okay, you can see the chat with one of our specialists. Hi, Miriam. Good evening. Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? Good evening, Tenny. What's up? I have a good news to share. Miriam, I got a job. Yay, congratulations. You can check these people out on LinkedIn. There's a video testimonial, so you can always feel free to confirm. So we have a new course. We have a new course starting on the 7th of February. We have a course starting on the 7th of February. The discount is available for the first 20 people. So it's not available for everybody. It's only available for the first 20 people. Now, if you're part of the first 20 people, please do well to take advantage of this. So now it's a 4-month work experience. Yes, CV Matching AI is a part of the project. It's part of the program, so you get it for free. Okay, so we have a partnership with CV Matchly. I will explain that in a few minutes. So the discount you're getting is embedded. Okay, so you see, data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, any of this career path that you're interested in. It's a 4-month work experience program. Okay, 4 months where you get to work on a minimum of 5 to 6 projects within that 4 months. Okay. Now, the program usually goes for £500. Okay, so we're running a discount, which will take it to £390. All right, £390. Now, you don't have to pay this £390 in full at once. Okay, you can either pay in 1 or 3 installments, 3 monthly installments. Okay, so just to show you exactly what we're talking about. So if you go back to the website, I'm going to go to Amdari. Just go to amdari.io. Amdari.io. Okay, Amdari. Okay. Amdari.io. Just search for Amdari on your web browser. Click on the first link that you see there. Go to internship program. Okay. You'll see apply for internship. Okay. Now you see all the programs in there. You'll see all our programs in there. Okay. You see all the programs in there. So you see business analysis, career, project management, SOC. We have data analytics, data science, data engineering. We have governance, risk and compliance, ethical hacking, product design, app and cloud security, experience internship. So you see, it's currently £500. It's £500, but we're running a discount of 30% to get it to £390. So all you need to do is click on apply for internship, and you get to see more about the internship itself. So you see, this is application and cloud security. So what you're going to be doing is why you need to enroll, who is this for, and all that. So you would also see what you gain, at Rave by Amdari, okay, which is the internship program. We bridge the gap between security theory and production grade defense. Our application/cloud security career experience program immerses you in real world security challenges that mirror modern enterprise environment, real industry projects, collaborative environment, expert mentorship, portfolio development, and certification. All right. So technologies you will work with OWASP, ZAP, Azure. We have SonarCube, we have Checkmarx, we have Burp Suite, Prisma, and we have GCP. All right. So, and there's so much more. Okay. So if you're interested now, you're interested to get started, all you need to do is click on apply now. Okay. All you need to do is click on apply now. Okay. So you will need to create an account first. You will need to create an account first. So if you don't have an account with us, you will need to create an account first in order for you to get started. So if I don't have an account, take for example, I want to pay now, click on apply now. You will need to sign up first. You need you need to click on sign up first. Okay, click on sign up first. I want you to click on sign up first. All you need to just put in your first name, your last name, your email, your phone number, your create a password, and I've read the under terms and conditions, then create an account and go ahead. So once you create an account, it takes less than a minute for you to create an account. Okay, once you've created an account, all you need to do, okay, let's just quickly do a quick test. So I'm going to say if a MENA April, let me just say if a, I'm going to say IKPRO. Okay, I'm going to go to email and I'm going to say if a, if a at Andari. Okay, all right, put a phone number. I'm just going to put in a random number. Okay, so I'm going to put password. I'm just going to put in the password. Okay, so I'm just typing whatever that comes to to my account. I'm going to place the same thing. All right, I've read this and I'm going to create an account. So it's going to send me a confirmation email. Okay, and that's what you need to do. You just need to confirm your email. It's as simple as you confirming your email. All right, so once you've done that, put in your information in there and you should be able to get an email confirmation. Okay, it takes a few seconds. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just going to search for it. All right. So once you have that email in your inbox, all you need to do is just give me a second. All right. So once you get your email confirmation, you put in the numbers, and then you can once you put in the confirmation, you get straight into what we have here. Okay, so once you put in your confirmation email, you get to this page. So on this page, you can go ahead to select, you can either start in the February cohort or you might want to start in the March cohort. Okay, whichever one works for you. Why are you giving the price in euro currency since we're in America? I mean, we operate from anywhere, okay? So it really doesn't matter. You can see it in pounds, you can see it in US, okay, in US dollars, okay? It's the same thing. So once you see it here, it's currently 530 US dollars, okay? 530 US dollars. Now, you can if you're looking at starting on the in February, okay, you can click February to get started, or you want to start in March, anytime works for you. You click on that, click on February. You want full payment, 2 monthly installments or 3 installments. So you can see if you're looking at US dollars, it's 177 US dollars for the next 3 months. Okay. If you're doing 2 installments, it's 265, installments, $265 for 2 installments. But if you want to see it properly, select any one of them. Okay, February, select the February quote, select 3 installments, and click on apply discount. So now you can see the information that you have there. Your name is just going to confirm for your confirmation, your name, email, and all the things that you have in there. Okay, and you can see first installment January 17th, which is today. That's what you want to pay, $177. All right, second installment is February 17th. Now you could always update, you could always change it from February 17th. So if you want it to happen at the end of the month, you want to happen on the 28th rather than 17th again, you want to move it to the 28th of February. Okay, so and I can click on save. And you see, instead of it changing from your next payment should be February 17th on normal basis, but you've changed it to February 28th, and then you see everything else is on the 28th. So all you need to do is invest $177 for you to get access to the project internship, the everything the full package entirely. Learning resources, special lead guidance, mentorship, CV preparation, link optimization, CV matchly, everything. You're getting access to everything at that price. So you see, I confirm that my information is correct, and you see all the information is there. Then you can go ahead to click on Pay Now. And at this Pay Now, it takes you straight to the payments portal where you can make your payment, All right. So and that's basically it. As simple as that. So I'll be taking a few questions in order for us to wrap it up. Okay. So, do you have any question? Does anybody have any question? So Mercy is saying, is this internship only for your students or anyone can apply? What students? There is for anybody. It's for anyone that is willing to get started with us. That's why it's open up at the moment. That's why we're doing a course starting next month on the 7th of February. So we have a course starting on the 7th of February. If you want to be a part of it, I would say you should take advantage of it as soon as possible. Take advantage of it now, like now, to get access to the internship program. After the internship, can you get a reference letter from the company assuming you get a job? Yes, you will get a reference letter from Amdari. Okay, so you can put it on you can put it on your CV that you currently work with Amdari, and we will give you a reference letter. We will give you a reference letter. All right, a sample of you'll see quite a number of. I have a couple of pictures of reference letter. I'll come back to that. You see it here. So you see these are reference clarifications emails that we receive on a daily basis. So you see Olayinka has nominated you to provide an employment reference for the application to Healthcare Ireland. So this person got a job as a SOC analyst. So we also have this Renee got a job as a systems analyst, and we wrote the reference letter. So you see, dear Efemena, the above named person, the above named has been offered a position as a systems analyst with our company, and he has provided you as a detail as a reference, your detail as a reference. So these are the things that we would provide you with reference letter. So we have a ton of people. We also have Funto that got a job as a Power BI analyst. So you see here, AI Efemena, I hope this message finds you well. I'm currently working with Funto, who mentioned you as a reference to ensure I am presenting the best candidate to my client. I conduct thorough reference checks as part of the process. So these are people that have actually gotten jobs from Andari. Okay. We also see this another one. This Kasmer. Kasmer got a job as a insight analyst. Okay. So you see, Kasmer kindly passed along your details and mentioned you might be open to sharing a bit more insights into the role at Andari. So you see, these are the kind of things we will provide you with reference email, reference letter, and so on and so forth. So Sergino, yes, we will provide you with, or is it Mercy that asked the question? Yes, we'll provide you a reference letter, 100% back up your work experience program. Um, Sergino, no. After internship, in case we still not getting a job yet, do we still have access to our account in order to refresh? Oh yes, you have a lifetime access to the platform. Okay, to the platform, not TV Maxly, for example, but you have access to the entire platform. You have access to the learning. You have access to the projects you've worked on, and so on and so forth. You have like lifetime access to the projects you worked on. So the materials, the videos, and all that. Other components might move away. After a year or 2 years, okay, might move away, but you will have lifetime access to all the materials you used during your internship. Okay. Why is cybersecurity separated into two? I require internship on cybersecurity analyst that includes the 5 domains. You want to do the 5 domains together. That's too much, Joy. Or is that Mercy? Joy, that's too much. You can't focus on all 5 of them. It's impossible. The role of a SOC analyst is very different from the role of an ethical hacker. The role of an ethical hacker is also very different from GRC. GRC is also very different from app and cloud security. So you see, they're all different career paths. So you need to select one that you want to focus on. And like I said, lack of focus is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't get jobs. Because today you're learning talk, the next day you're learning ethical hacking, the next week you're learning what? You're learning GRC. So at the end of the day, no tailored experience, no specific experience across board. So what I would say to you, Matt Joy, is focus on one. If you're looking at becoming a cybersecurity analyst, basically that's SOC. Okay, that falls into the SOC domain. That's what you should focus on, which is SOC analysis and threat intelligence. That is what you should focus on. Okay, that is why it's difficult to get a job in cybersecurity, because we learn everything at once. Exactly. So you need to focus on one. Okay, focus on SOC. Okay, so if it's SOC that you want to get into, and SOC, there are different tiers. There's the tier one, tier two, and tier three. You're going to call and encompass all that in the internship, where you get to work on vulnerability assessment, where you get to work on log analysis, phishing email. You're going to be doing quite a number of projects. And let me just show you so you see it for yourself. Okay, so it's not just me saying it. You get to see for yourself. So if I come to the dashboard, okay, I go to internship. I'm going to switch to a program. I'm going to go to SOC and SOC analysis internship, and I'm going to go to the generic one, the guy that started this month. So you see what you have access. The month you start, you see what you're going to get access to. So if I go to internship program, I go to view project, you will see view project. They're currently working on strengthening cyber resilience through phishing email investigation and response in healthcare organizations. So you click on view project. So the business challenge, okay. All right, let's take a look at this. So you see overview of the business challenge, rationale of the project, and so on and so forth. So overview. Medisure Healthcare Network is a leading healthcare provider known for its strong and digital technology. This trend also makes it the prime target for cyber threats. One morning, staff received an email that looked like a vendor invoice. It seemed formal, it seemed normal, but was actually a phishing attempt designed to steal sensitive data, such as patient information and financial records. Okay, so what do you do as a SOC analyst in this kind of situation? Or how do you treat this? So if you are learning everything else, you're learning everything, how do you treat? If they ask you a question, tell me a time where you've done something similar to this before. How do you answer? So this is where the project comes to play. Okay, this is where your own project comes to play. So let me just take the questions randomly again, like I did the other time, so you can see the task for the day itself. So you can see the task on a weekly basis. Okay, I'm just going to answer to all the questions. Okay, so this one I did very I didn't do very good for this one. So finish, I'm gonna click on continue, and then I would have access to week one. So you see email header, basis, and first look. So this is where you're gonna be doing your analysis first and where you're going to be working on the first look of your analysis, email phishing analysis, and so on and so forth. So you can then start to talk about the things, the tools, the technologies that you will get to work with. Now, for this project itself, what technologies would you be working with? Let's take a look at that. Technology stack. So you're going to be you're working with MX Toolbox. You're going to be working with Virus Total. You're going to be working with Splunk. You're going to be working with Spam Assassin and phishing tool. So you see what I'm talking about? This is SOC analysis. So you're still going to do your log analysis. You're still going to do threat intelligence and so on and so forth. So is that Mercy? Who asked that question again? So I hope that answers your question, Joy. Joy, you can unmute yourself, or feel free to unmute yourself if I'm not answering the question the way you want me to answer your question. So Joy, feel free to unmute yourself to ask your question. So please, guys, the discount is only available for the first 20 people. If you don't want to come back and say, oh, if you meant I spoke to you 2 weeks ago, or I spoke to you last week, please take advantage of the discount now. Okay. Yes. I hope Joy got my answer anyway. How many projects are we going to work on? So depending on the complexity, so a minimum of at least 5 projects. You got to work on at least 5 projects. So a typical project will last between 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so the next 4 months you work on a minimum of 5 projects, very minimum 5 projects. Okay, you work on about 5 projects. So including GRC, I want security analysts. So if security analyst, SOC analyst, cyber security analyst, this falls into SOC. So majority of the analyst roles that you see today would fall into SOC. Okay, that is security operations center analyst. So that's basically where it falls into. So Joy, I don't know if I've answered your question. That is why it's difficult to get a job at cybersecurity, because we learn everything at once. So that just answered my question also. Joy, do you want to unmute yourself? You said not yet. Do you want to unmute yourself so that we can have a discussion, so we can talk? You can feel free to talk, don't worry. Can I see the ethical and penetration project? Oh, fantastic. That's okay. Yeah, sure. So when you're looking at ethical hacking and penetration testing, you have here pen testing and ethical hacking internship. So January also, I'm gonna go to this the project they are currently working on. So they're currently working on the. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go to dashboard to be sure everything has changed. So penetration testing and ethical hacking. So this is working on strengthening human resilience at TELDOC Health through patient simulation. So it's also a patient simulation project you're working on. So company overview, TELDOC Health, founded in 2002, headquartered in, Purchase, New York, is a global pioneer in virtual healthcare. So when we're looking at this, technology stacks, Goldfish, controlled cloud thermal portal, ngrok, and we have analytics and tracking, that we're going to be using for analytics and tracking. So weekly expectation, you have everything broken down in there. So project assessments, I'll just take a very quick look at it so that you can see also. I hope I do better in this. I do better in this. Okay. Oh, 40%. Still bad. Okay. So I'm going to click on finish, click on continue, and then I would have access to week one. So week one, I have project kickoff, and this basically talks about welcome to the tech, welcoming you to the project itself, what you'll be working on in day one. Let's talk a lot to number four, day four. Day four, you're going to be designing the simulation environment. So basically, what you're doing here with tools in place. Today's focus is on designing a controlled environment. The goal is to simulate Teldog login experience without ever touching production system. Okay, we will create a look-alike login portal for Teldog space strictly for testing purposes. Objective: build a safe and controlled phishing portal. Ensure design resembles real-world layers while maintaining ethical boundaries. Document every step, setup step for regular repeatability, activity, portal design, testing, and documentation. So now these are the resources you're going to be working with to do this. So you see, we're going to be looking at this and you see what they're doing. You can see everything that you can see it's word for word design. It's practical. So everything you can see, this is your specialist so far. He has a wealth of experience when it comes to ethical hacking, penetration testing, has worked with globally recognized organizations, and so on and so forth. So you're going to be working with these people to do the same thing, all right? And you're going to be learning, firsthand, gaining that experience in the field itself. So if you're looking at getting started, there's no two way about it. It will give you everything that you need to get a job. Um, when is the meeting time with the mentor in Canada, and how many times per week? So you meet 2 times in a week. That's a very good question. So you meet 2 times in a week, one during the weekdays and one weekend, one on Saturday and one time during the week. So Monday to Friday, yourself and your colleagues will be the one to decide when you want to meet with your specialist. So we don't work with a specific time because we don't want to strive for people that might want to come in. Okay, so if you yourself and your team members agree that every Wednesday by 9 p.m. or 8 p.m., MST or EST or whatever time zone that you guys work with, so that okay, 9 p.m. MST on Wednesday and fixed on Saturday, you must have a session on Saturday. All right, so we have that session on Saturday alongside one session during the week, and that's what we're going to be working with. So Tunde, I hope that answers your question. Just give me a thumbs up if that answers your question. So you meet twice in a week. Every session is going to last for 2 hours. So the one that happens during the weekday, 2 hours. The one that happens during the weekend, also a minimum of 2 hours. All right. So in the same vein, if during the week something comes up and you need help, you need assistance, you can book a session. You can book a session. You can book a consultation. So you book a consultation and you can put in your information, click on the reason why you want to book a session. Let me just put in something so you can see for yourself, test, and I'm going to click on book a session. It directs me immediately to a calendar link, and I can book a session anytime Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to speak with a consultant, to speak with a specialist. So it provides you with very tailored intentionality, tailored personalized experience to help you get a job. The goal for us here is not just for you to learn, get experience. The goal for you is for you to get experience and then get a job. I hope that answers the question. How long will the discount last? Honestly speaking, it's only for this weekend. So if you want to take advantage of it, Mercy, I would say you should take advantage of it as soon as possible. All right. So take advantage of the discount now. Take advantage of the discount now. It's very easy for you to take advantage of it. You don't need to pay the whole full money today. All you need to pay today is the discount. All you need to pay is the first installment. So I'll do that one again, one more time, then we can call it a day. All right. So all you need to do today, click on my internship program, click on view, click on go back to the website, click on internship programs, okay? Internship program, click on apply for internship, click on any of the programs that you're interested in. That's the project management. Once you click on apply now, it will take you to a registration page. It will take you to a registration page, which is where you have this. Okay. Okay. Click on sign up. It will take you to this sign up page. Put your then it will lead you straight to this page. So once you've gotten to this page, you've confirmed your email, you've done your OTP and all that. Click on any of the cohorts that you're interested in. You can start either in February or in March. Click on that. Click on 3 monthly installment. Click on apply discount. I'm going to change it to USD because or card, okay, depending on where you're coming from. So if it's Canadian, if you're in Canada, it's 733 Canadian dollars. Do you need to pay that today? No. What do you need to pay today? You just need to pay, two for the $4 in order for you to get started today. All right. So if you're looking at getting started, start now, start now, start now. Mercy said this weekend is too short. Please leave till next weekend. I mean, Mercy, maybe for you, we will do that for you for next week. All right. But please take advantage of the discount as soon as possible. All right. So that's how we're going to call it a day today. I had a wonderful time today speaking to you guys. I'm looking forward to having you work with us. I'm looking forward to having you guys work with us.